Hi, I'm Julia and this isn't my shed. So today's job, we're working on Ellie the steam tram. And what I need to do is make some syphon tubes for the pressure gauges. So I'm not sure if you can see that. There's the pressure gauge there. And then the pipe comes round in a U-bend. So this is off a different loco, but I thought it was the easiest one to show you what a syphon tube looks like. So I've actually found a spare syphon tube. So we've got the pressure gauge here, and you can see the syphon tube goes down around. So this is the area that traps water. So this style has a banjo fitting, which uses a specially shaped bolt that is hollow. So the steam goes through the bolt and then through cross drillings into an annular space in this part and then goes down the tube. We're not making that style for Ellie because I actually added these 3/16 by 40 fittings to the regulator manifold. So basically we need to make something like this, but with another bend then going to this style fitting. So I think I've got everything. I've got the 5/32 tubing. I found my tubing bender for that size. It's a bit of a tight fit. I've got 4 fittings for the regulator end. What I have found is that the fitting that comes with the pressure gauge won't fit inside. It's basically the same size as the tube that I'm using. So what I'll have to do is make a little sleeve up from some thicker tubing as sort of an adapter. So I've just got a bit of soft wire just to rough out, basically get a rough idea of how it's going to look. So I'm cutting the syphon tube to size with the pipe cutter. This was just a little bit too small actually, so it just really scored it, but I could then snap the pipe. And then this is the adapter, and now I'm annealing the pipe so it's easier to bend. And now using the pipe bender, so it's quite easy to bend because it's all nicely annealed and quite soft, and there we go. Okay, so I put these in pickle for a bit to clean them up, and they've come up really nicely. So the next job is to silver solder what we have here. So very speeded up, but I'm cleaning up the ends of the copper pipe with a small file because it was a little bit distorted. And then using flux and assembling everything ready to silver solder. Then we're going in with the silver solder quite quickly. I decided to use slightly thicker silver solder for the adapter pipe because there's a bit of a gap to fill in. So that's all of those, the initial silver soldering done. It's now in the pickle. And we'll give it half an hour in there to clean off all the burnt flux, and we'll see how we get on. So that's the results after a bit of a clean up. So I've got to come clean now with a confession. Two are okay, 2 are blocked. So I'm using some thin wire to figure out where the blockage is, and it was on the steam fitting side on both of them. So I'm using a variety of drills in the Dremel tool to basically drill through the blockage. I think on one of them it went in about a good 10 mil. So I'm slowly using bigger and bigger drills just to get rid of it. So that's the syphon in place. I'll probably modify it slightly so it sits a bit lower. It's quite high up there, but as you can see that's quite wobbly in there, so I'm a bit worried about it filling up with silver solder. So now I'm using the jeweler's rouge to protect the steam fitting that goes to the pressure gauge, and then I'm just trying to crimp the adapter pipe so that we can get a decent joint. So So that was partially successful. The hole down the middle is not blocked, so that's good. But unfortunately, not sure if you can see that, but unfortunately there's a gap here in the sleeve. So I'll try and squeeze that up a little bit. There might be one on the other side as well. I think it's three sides are okay. And we'll have another go. So to keep that hole clear, I actually put a sliver of wood, like a splinter, in there. And obviously you saw I used quite a lot of jeweler's rouge on this part to keep it so that wouldn't get silver soldered, because we don't want that. We still want this to spin, otherwise it's going to make it difficult to get the pressure gauge on. Okay, so I've got jeweler's rouge, very tiny amount of flux, and a small loop of silver solder on this side. I've squeezed it up a little bit tighter, so hopefully it'll do the trick. So hopefully you can see we've managed to fill all this area up with silver solder now, and we haven't filled this up with silver solder, and we haven't filled the hole up with silver solder, so that's all really good. So the final thing to do is to put the pressure gauge on. I think you'll agree that that doesn't look too bad. I've had to go at reshaping this. I might need to come back to that and just make it look a bit more attractive. But yeah, we've got the syphon, so that should protect the pressure gauge nicely. So we're pretty much ready to get some wicks in it and fire it up. So that will be the next episode. We'll be seeing if we can do a steam test. So hopefully you look forward to that, and do subscribe so that you don't miss it. But I hope you've learnt something or found it interesting or useful. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.